So we will continue the last video. We will discuss about the research methodology, basic concept of the research methodology. So we will discuss about the recap of last points. This video continue come from the first video. If you want to watch the first video, after that you want this video, so you make a clear idea about the concept. So in which first video we will discuss about the research methodology, basic concept. We make examples of the Apple company. Is the first thing is the area of interest. Once you decided of area of interest, which your area of interest, why are you are opening branch, we are making examples of Apple, why you are making branch in Pakistan. So this is the you will make first we go the area of interest. First step of the research methodology, what is the your area of research and what you are want to do. So after that we are examine the examples of the second point of the main create objective. What is the your objectives? If your objectives of making a more profit in community of the population from the Pakistan and open branch in organization of the Pakistan and create a manufacture sector in Pakistan, so you will go and this is your area of interest and you make a object. Without any objective, we are discussing previous video, without any objective it is not considerable for the research. So once you are decided and clear idea about your objective, and for suppose the Apple company, we have discussing examples and practically the Apple company have an objective to create a more profit in after 2 years, and they want to open new branch in Pakistan and they introduce manufacture sector in Pakistan as well as a retailer branch in open new branch in Pakistan. So this is the area of interest, and after that they have make a objective. What objective? This is the objective to create a more profit and increase the market value of Apple company. Actually Apple is a more already have a more market share values and have a stable company, but we are example is the in this Apple company have a clear of your concept of the research methodology. Once they decided area of interest, after that they have defined the objectives. So once your objective is clear, so the research is the systematic process, organized system, and we are way to perform the each and every steps. It is the way to organizational structures. So after your objective we are discussing the next point is your define your operational meanings, definitions of your objectives. If you are not define your objective meanings, they have not a completed objectives. So you have once written your definitions of your operational meanings, what do you have to want and what are you are doing and what is your objective is. If you are want to open the branch of Pakistan and open manufacture sector in Pakistan, so it is your area of interest and make a object of the create more profit. This is you have after that define definitions, operational definition in written form. After that you have looking these steps. After that you have study in literatures, lot of available information in the markets. The research is basically the term of collecting data and interpreting data and analyzing data. So The Apple company, they want to introduce branch in Pakistan. They after that defining objective, they study in literature. Lot of articles available in market. So once once you decide the objective and definition, you task assign your department. So Apple company has lot of the departments of research and development. So the assign task for the research and development departments, they assign task for study of the literature in Pakistan. For suppose they want open branch, it is not a 100% surety if the branch is open in Pakistan or successful or failure. So they want study and literature. This is a systematic way. This is not a structured way to funds. They decided open branch and without research they open. No, but research methodology is the process of organizational structure and organized systematic ways. Each and every step is defined systematic way. So after that, study of literature, this is the fourth point of the study of literature. Basically, first point is the area of interest, second point is the objective clear, and third point is the define your definition of operational meaning of your objectives. And after that, you study of literature. Lot of articles available in markets and different websites have your competitors. What are your competitors have available in market? You decide. Once you decide and study in literature, and lot of days, some days have study in your department, completed your task. After that, you design the study or design your study. After you decided, you have getting more knowledge from study literature. You are studying from lot of articles, research papers. You have increased stock of knowledge, and you will decide the chances of successful is more than failure. So when your knowledge is increased, information is increased, your knowledge is justified, it is the way to furthermore of the next steps. The next step is to design your study. The design of your study, there are mainly two types: descriptive study, when we call descriptions, or descriptive is the same thing, and the second type of the things is analytical. Basically, we conclude the analytical research. Analytical is the sub two parts of observations and experiments study. When you decide study or observations or experiment, mostly the research or organizations, business organization is based on the experimental study design. What is the experimental? Experimental is the compare with two things. You are when which your products is open and defined and manufacture and produce. So this is the experimental. You compare with and other things. 3 or 4 main factor of the study of design. Once your study of design, the collecting material is the relevance. Your tools and types of data is relevance and innovatives. It is not possible you are creating products for the old which is available for the already in market, and this is not the research. Research is to create something anew. This is the design of your study. The innovation is the importance. So the research is to create something new, to innovate new, to provide something new for the peoples, provide new information for the peoples. Any things which you are studying, which you are calculating, which are the new innovations. This is the main factor of the design your study is the innovative. After that innovative, this is second factor is the of study design is acceptance. The idea of innovative acceptance of the public, acceptance of the generally population in the world, society, all the human naturals being acceptance of your ideas and your products which you are producing, which you are design and which you are studying, which you are develop your knowledge. It is the acceptance of your society, the must factors. So this is the main ingredient factors of the study of design. Acceptance is a must be, and your research is must be a ethical and not unethical way and to discouraging a peoples to disturb the belief system of the society, and not research is unethical to disturb the human different religions, not to target from any particular persons and particular group of persons. The research is the general, all the populations is for the acceptance. So the unethical ways is idea of including research is not conceivable. So ethical and the last fourth factor is fourth factor of the study of design. The cost of design is effective. The cost when you deciding research studying your any of the idea about the cost of the research is effective, not ineffective cost to consume more times, to waste of your time, money and resources, waste of your assets. So design your study is the main ingredients. Acceptance is must be innovative and unethical, not considerable unethical issues for the society, and cost effectiveness. So after you are completing design your study, this is four factor must be included in design your study. After you calculating, after you completing this steps of design your study, previously we are discussing area of stress is the first point, is the second point is the objectives, and the third point is operational meanings. Define your definitions of your objectives, and the fourth one is the study of your literature. Lot of articles, available information in market. After that you are concluding knowledge, increasing knowledge. Then you design a study. The study is designed after the sub points of the important factors. Once the acceptance is must be, relevance of data, and innovative. The idea of your must be innovative and cost effectiveness, and it must not be including unethical ways, unethical thinking, unethical not target in particular group and discourage to any of the people biasness from create a biasness in your products, any of idea. So these is factor of the sub designs. So we are discussing 5 major points of the basic research methodology. After that you are completing the study of your design, your innovative ideas, acceptance of the populations, and after that you are selecting a sample. When you are for suppose open branch, open organization in society of the Pakistan, so you select the sample from population of the Pakistan. So you once you select the population, when population, where population, it's a geographical location of the Pakistan, you select 4 regions of the Pakistan: Sindh, Balochistan, KPK, and Punjab. You are the 4 selecting data from the 4 regions, and this is the population, and whole of the population is the broad level, and you collecting the sample, create a sample from the population. So if your population is 100%, create a sample and 10 to 20%. If you are selecting a sample from population and that sample is the important and it decide in future whether your decision is wrong or right, your organization will go for success or failure. This sample is the creator main numerical values. This sample is provide your each and every information about your research, what you want to do and why want to do and how to do, and lot of your question in mind is to answer for the selecting the sample. Once you selecting a sample, for suppose Apple company want to select a population and select sample from the population of Pakistan. So after that selecting a sample, the use different tools. Basically the 2 types of the research, basically you know about that the basic concept. Actually I am decided this video we will cover this 2 types. This is a basic concept. One type of the quantitative research and second type is the qualitative research. We are going to research, mostly organization going to research is the quantitative, not qualitative. It is a reason of that quantitative research is provide the measurable values, numerical values. The qualitative research is not numerical values. It is define the quality of the person, quality of the product, quality of the any of the things, any of the factors. It is not provide numerical values and not comparable. So quantitative research we have provide the numerical values, and the research is must be measurable and comparable. If your research is not measurable and comparable, this is not a research. So quantitative research is the measurable and comparable with and other things. So we are discussing about 2 types, qualitative and quantitative. So quantitative is the measurable and qualitative is not measurable. So mostly the research is based on the quantitative. Some research is based on qualitative, but qualitative research is a more expensive. It's create a more consumable of time and more consume resources and more expensive qualitative research. So this is the factor that the organization want to go for the quantitative research. The quantitative research based on the measurable and comparable easily, and you deciding whether your statement, your decision is will go for the success or not. You have to idea about all the answer your question in this research. So we will discuss about qualitative and quantitative. You understood and getting my points, understanding the quantitative and qualitative research. So after the quantitative research, we are using the different tools, different application softwares has created and providing information, and that sample is the important which you are creating sample. When organization of the MPhil is create sample from the population of Pakistan, the sample is input in different softwares, and they create your numerical values, mean, median and mode. and variation of standard deviation. The meaning of mean, we discuss about mean is the central values of your data. For suppose your numerical values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, this is the data, and this is data sum and divided in the number of values. So this is a create a mean. Mean is the central value of your data, and median mode is the median is the middle value of your data once your data is sort out, and median is the middle value. So mode is the most repeatable value of your data, means the thousands is your numerical value is 4 time repeats, mode is the 4 time. So the central value of the mean is mean, median, mode is provide your the data is if the central value is more, median is the more distance from the mean, so the variation of the data is increases. If the mean is less than distance of the mean is the central value, so that the median, if the median is mean is less distance, the variation of data is less. Mean, median, mode if the same, the central tendency data of the all the data of central tendency, but research is provide the variation of your data. So we calculating the standard deviation to apply this samples, including these values, providing for the software of the application, different software available in tools of the statistical data available in market, and you can easily produce this is that's value. So standard deviation is provide the standard deviation about calculating your 95% data, 95% of your sampling data, calculating 95% data. It is provided a confidence interval, and the 5% of significance level is maybe incurs. So the standard deviation is provided once the standard deviation is high, the variation of data is high. If the standard deviation is less, the your numerical values of data is close to the mean. If your standard deviation is high, the variation of the data is high. Means the data means your values of the variation is 100, and the second value is the 400, and third value is the 800, and fourth value is the 1200. This is the variation. So if the variation is high, the standard deviation is high. This is the risk of your data is not accurate. And variation, if the variation less and the standard deviation is less, means suppose your numerical value is 100 and second value is 100 is 101, and third value is 102 and 103. This is the normal variation. This is the 100, 200 or 400, 800. This is a long end variation. So if your data is more variation, the standard deviation is more. That value is providing your data is accurate or not, and your decision is valid or not, and you will go for the success or not. So this is the main reasons we will calculate quantitative research, and after that quantitative research we producing the representation of data, this data for the raw form, and collecting data from and one file for master file, and sum up with different experiments and different study design which we are already design and deciding. This is the way we are structuring and organizing the data. So these data and these answer is concluding the graphical representation. For suppose lot of graphical histograms is the graphical representation we calculating, and data is presenting the graphical represent for the histogram, and pi is the another graphical representation. So most of the representation is the histograms is the providing a graphical representation, and providing your data is what are the expectation of data, and what the data is providing the answer of the question for the research. So that's the tools we will discuss about. Quantitative, qualitative, and research is providing a answer for the mean, median, mode, and standard deviation we are discussing. After that, the last thing is the hypothesis. The decision is depend on the hypothesis. When you deciding area of interest, this is a hypothesis, and you are interested in open organization, the Pakistan. So that this is a statement of this is called a null hypothesis. We design a null hypothesis. After that, null hypothesis must be 95%. If the 95% of confidence level, the null hypothesis is include the accept. If significance level of the 5%, so 100% not research is not 100% sure about your decision in collecting data. So sample data is providing the 95% confidence level, and failure chances is the 5%. If the in significance level of failure chances more than 5%, your null hypothesis rejected, and your decision is not valid. So the first your statement is area of interest, you are deciding. Null hypothesis providing your decision of your which your decision is based or not. Your decision is based on data or not. Data provide sufficient evidence, sufficient structures. You are producing step, each and step. It's the organizational way. So if your data is providing 95% confidence level interval, so your null hypothesis is the acceptance. If we are less than 95% confidence level, so your null hypothesis is reject. So we make two hypotheses. First the null hypothesis, and second alternative hypothesis. The alternative hypothesis is opposite of the null hypothesis. If the significance level 5%, if the significance level data provide more than significance level 5%, so the data is rejected, and the null hypothesis is rejected. So we will if the Apple company want to introduce branch in Pakistan, so the provide research data, conclude a hypothesis is the 95% confidence of the interval. So they decided the decision is valid, and we will go for the success for the decision is the measurable and comparable. If the confidence level is less than 95% and significance level more than 5%, failure chances of the 5% we will decide it. If the increase of 5% failure to then null hypothesis is the rejected, and we will decision is the rejected, and we will make alternative of the decision, and we not introduce in branch of open branch in Pakistan if the significant levels increase more than 5% or less than 95% confidence level. So conclude all the sessions, all the important basic concept of research methodology we will cover in this video, or once we will recap your points. Once the area of interest, after that your create objectives. What your objective is, it's up to you, it's up to the organization vision or mission. After the objective, you are define operational definition of your objectives. After that, you are studying. Fourth point is studying literature, study of relevance material. You are collecting data and study and increasing the knowledge. After collecting data and study literature, after that you are design your study. and experiments or observation and different types of the study design, and you selecting the study design. The sub factor of the study design is the your data is relevance and acceptance must be an innovative and cost effectiveness and not be considerable for unethical issues. These factors of the study design. After that, you selecting a sample from the population. First of all, you increasing you open branch from the Pakistan. You selecting population from Pakistan and select sample from the population of the Pakistan. So this sample is further steps is the next step. You providing input of your data, and this sample input your software application and different software available in market. So when you are selecting software, after that you the research and qualitative. The research is based on the quantitative, measurable and comparable and analytical perspective. So you will go for your research for the quantitative on the based on quantitative research. Quantitative research is provide numerical values and measurable for your data and more accurate your decisions. So after that you create a mean, median, mode and standard deviation. Standard deviation provide the variation of your data and provide the standard deviation cover the 95% of the sample of your population. So standard deviation is a more accurate and stable values, and after create a standard deviation, you create a representation of your data. Raw this is the data for the raw form and in files. So this data for create a graphically representation from different graphs, historical histograms and pie charts and different another chart available in for the graphical represent. After that you will go for the hypothesis, calculating the hypothesis. Hypothesis is the two statement. Null hypothesis, when you start the idea, when you interest the idea, this is a null hypothesis. If your null hypothesis is correct, the based on your data is provide the 95% of interval confidence level. If the provide data is 95% confidence level and significant levels of the 5% of the failure, if the less 5% or 5%, so your null hypothesis is the accept. If your failure of chance is more than 5% and the confidence level less than 95%, so your null hypothesis is the reject, and you will not open the branch in Pakistan. So this is the basic concept research we will cover this session. I hope you are understanding and getting my points. I hope. Thank you so much for your watching this video and getting these ideas. So thank you so much.